Excellent. Excellent. Congrats.
Looks like Ultraward is looking fine on this. Accidentally did it for Bloodless Gaming, and yeah.
He hopes his wife and child back in Shoreland are well. The woman says she has been waiting here for days, worried about her husband, who has yet to return. Lately, a monstrous roar has... He sighs, lamenting that his catches have been poor as a result. A rough-tempered piscator stands there, having just returned from fishing. Mars' fate rests upon this man's haul. Terrible, he says, showing you the few fish he's caught. Inside, you see a spry fish. You ask him if you can have the spry fish, but he says he won't give it up for free. When you ask how much it will cost, he gives the absurd price of 1,000,000 gold. You're heartless, Ridus pouts. The man is enraged by the rude response. Just then, Bruno prances forth and shouts, "Stop right there! Your fisherman muscles are simply sublime," he exclaims. He challenges the man to a competition of muscles with the spry fish. The piscator seems interested, and "This one's all yours," Melanie says, patting you on the shoulder. "Then let the carnival of might and muscles begin," Bruno roars. "Your puny body is no match for mine," the piscator shouts back, throwing a punch. A battle of beefiness. His victory sealed, Bruno strikes a glorious pose and shouts out, "Witness the power of power." Defeated, the piscator hands over the spry fish to Bruno. Bruno extends a hand to the piscator, who has fallen to his knees. With a serene smile, he takes the offered hand. An unspoken friendship begins to form between the two. Or at least, you hope that's what the prolonged silence between them means.
Dude, there's even a carpet. Look at that. You never see it usually.
With the spry fish in hand, you head back towards Oreo's clinic. Bruno looks at your group sadly, reluctant for this little adventure to end. You hand the fish to Oreo. "Give me a moment," he says, then takes the fish and heads into the back. "It's ready," he says, emerging from his room and handing you a bottle. You hope this will get Mar back on his feet. You need to get back to Unionville on the double. But before that, you face Bruno and say, "Take care," then run off. But Bruno stops you and says he wants to, but Oreo is quick to douse the flames of his desire. "Then you leave me no choice." Bruno squats at hyper speed. "I want to show this power to the world," Bruno proclaims to it. "You have much to learn, my son," Oreo retorts as he starts sidestepping at breakneck speed. Only the sound of their labored breathing and bodies moving resonates through the otherwise silent room. You can only look on in stunned silence at the enigmatic display.
Right.
Bruno falls to his knees, panting. "This is my limit. You have grown, my son," Oreo says, looking no worse for wear. "So are you coming with us or not?" Melanie interjects, ever the blunt one. "Only our muscles know the answer," comes Bruno's cryptic reply. "I don't get it," Ridis remarks frankly. On the condition that he study nutrition upon his return, Bruno is allowed to go with you for just a little while longer. You realize that these two have a very special way of talking that no one else can understand. Hearing yet another roar in the distance, you realize you need to get the supplement to Mar so you can investigate the sound together.
God damn it. Went one over.
Mar lies listlessly upon the bed, looking somewhat haggard. You help Mar sit up. Drink this, Mar, you say to him gently. He weakly opens his mouth, and you slowly pour the energy concentrate inside. Mar abruptly bolts up. It looks like Mar is all better now. You give Mar a tight hug. Mar mews softly in discomfort. Overcome with joy, you sob and stroke Mar's head. Melanie and Ridis watch you two with a smile. Bruno is deeply moved to see nutrition bringing a smile to others. With this, you can finally put the happenings. You decide to take Bruno back to Shoreland, then continue your search for the dragon. You arrive at Bruno's house. Though he seems to want to adventure a little more, he reluctant. You ask Oreo if he knows it. He says that the creature nests atop. With that, your next destination is decided. Bruno looks at you, his eyes begging you to let him come along. What will you say? Let us defeat the dragon together, you say to him. You are sure his power, and you realize with a grin, he will be so happy. Bruno is happy he can continue the journey. You must stay here. Bruno explains that the journey thus far has taught him the splendor of nutrition, and he now, after hearing his son out, and in the blink of an eye, the flesh of Bruno's cheeks, pectorals, and abdomen recess, and Bruno is lifted off it. Your eyes go wide at Oreo's knowledge of nutrition can help save life. Wow, nutrition is incredible, Ridis marvels, not putting too much thought into the knowledge is the truth. You tremble, never wanting to make an enemy of Oreo. Though Oreo still deems his son's knowledge insufficient, he tells him to travel the world. Thank you, Father, Bruno says from the ground. So it comes to pass that you journey to the tower with Bruno to find the roaring beast.
We're going to a tower in a Yoko Tower game. That's never a good sign.
We have finally arrived at the Tower of Legend. Is everyone ready? You ask with a posed look. Bruno is the first to respond. But this is just an old lighthouse, he remarks, oblivious to your sudden embarrassment. Riddis snorts to herself, seeing you red in the face from jumping to conclusions. About the enemy. It appears this sturdy door has a Riddis rolls up her sleeves and shouts, "Open Sesame!" You swear you have heard these words somewhere before. You all watch in silence. You snort to yourself, seeing Riddis red in the face. Even Melanie looks vexed, lacking the proper skills to open the door. You consider breaking it down with a weapon, but decide against it, given the possibility of a broken weapon and its repair costs. Bruno exhales deeply, then and it opens. It seems the magic seal could not protect the door from the physical might of your most This is the power of power, Bruno pants, but you promptly ignore him and enter the tower. was lucky. Congrats. And fight. Don't hold back. Nice work. Don't hold back. Fortune favors the bold. Nice work. You lose your footing. You stumble, fall once more from the bottom. About the enemy.
That's annoying.
pudding suddenly crumbles, with no way of third time's the charm. Foolish humans. Did you come here to consign the drop? Sounds like he is saying something important, but you do not understand it in the slightest. Melanie is so absorbed in thinking about the creature's words, she cannot hear you calling her. Riddis has given up on thinking and whistles. While everyone is distracted, the monster attacks. Nice work. Something glimmers on the floor. You are instantly... Melanie asks why you have... We were poor, so you begin. Then remember being serious isn't in your character. Leaving your past a mystery, you quickly throw aside the shiny piece of glass and move on. Don't hold back. That was lucky.
Oh my god.
It seems like you can return to the floor you were just on, but only once. What you decide to rescale the tower on your own. That was lucky. Nice work. Let's do this. Don't hold back.
Hope she can survive until I get heals on her. Nice.
Excellent.
I'm gonna stall here just to get the healing out. And see how much damage he does. Only 4. Yeah, we can stall this.
Excellent.
Well, god damn it, I healed myself. I got to stall another turn. Oh well.
That was lucky.
But I'll stall one more and get the heals up again. God fucking damn it, man. Alright, fuck it, I'm done. The priest resisted as well, anyway.
That was lucky.
Hoping this guy's just not weak to anything. Oh, apparently, never mind.
Have you savages no mercy? The dragon's heart and body have already been reduced to naught, it says. It sounds like he is saying something profound, but you do not understand it in the slightest. Bruno silently compares his muscles against the monster's, then grins proudly to himself. Melanie considers the words, but cannot seem to concentrate. You feel your eye twitch. While everyone is distracted, the monster attacks. Rout the enemy. That was lucky.
Even more defense. Bloody hell. Oh my god. Beefy boys over here.
Nice work. Though the battle is over, you cannot— Come on, we have to defeat that dragon, Melanie says assuredly. Why are you so obsessed with defeating the dragon? You ask her. She explains that her mother was killed by the dragon. She did not say any more, but her hatred for the beast was clear in her eyes. Oh? You hear the roar again. It seems to be coming from the upper levels. Mar mules, as if in response to the creature's growl. Enamored by the adorable noise, you pet Mar on the head. You're obsessed, Melanie remarks snidely, but looks at you two as if wanting to pet Mar too. It sounds like the roaring beast is close.
Oh, those things are in the demo. Really high defense, you have to just kill them with dice rolls or flat damage.
That was lucky.
Self skill. We got heal too, didn't we? Oh, it is better. It just requires more coins. Meh.
The door before you is shut quite tightly. You insert the magical key into the hole and turn. You hear the lock come undone with a loud clang. The dragon may be just ahead. Now we slay the dragon for riches. On your demotivating words, everyone proceeds through the doorway. Let's do this. lucky.
Seem to have dropped, like, there's a lot of missing plot threads that they're just kind of ignored, so I wonder if they're going to get resolved on that. Like in the prologue, it was all about the monsters stealing medicine. Now it's just all about the dragon. I don't know if this game's going to have like multiple playthroughs like Nia games do, but it would not surprise me seeing how this is going. And you already start to see the normal themes of Yokotaro with
Nice work.
misunderstandings, it seems like.
Excellent.
Ouch. I'm gonna make a heal if we can. Oh. Bom, bom, bom. Damn, 25 struck. Alright, Dragon's gonna be up here then. House costs. Oh, okay. I think that's fine over them for Melanie.
Fortune favors the...
Probably attack the tortoise actually. Yeah. Is this gonna die to this anyway? Oh wait, you only died because it was a crit last time. Yeah.
You did great.
The area before I fight Dragon Boy. Because I'm assuming going to be a fight. Almost certainly will. Alright.
You have finally arrived. Before you stands the dragon you have been searching for.
I assume the ivory dudes are going to show up as well.
More assassins, the dragon sighs weakly. Whether or not the beast is weak, you care not. You muster up your courage and shout, "Prepare yourself, you big lizard." But the dragon's roar sends your bravery flying with the wind. Your legs tremble in fear, but no matter how scared you are, the dragon will not wait.
Oh shit. This is a guaranteed loss? I mean, that's doable. He's gonna be one with the freeze? I really fucking doubt that. Worth a try. Well, hitting a 1 is not worth a try. Yeah, resisted on freeze. That's fine. His Pardo is this though? Yeah, okay. Any healing needed? No. I wish I had. Miss! God damn. Painful. Back by here. God damn it.
"We shall strike you down," you exclaim, slashing out while cheering on your comrades. But at that moment, Vince appears. Its wounds healed, the dragon looks more lively than before. "You too would be troubled without this dragon," he says, standing in your way. "Stop spouting nonsense," the normally collected Melanie shouts. It seems Melanie has lost her composure before her mother's killer. She unleashes a fireball imbued with her hatred. But it is repelled by the dragon, and the dragon returns the favor by spewing fire from its mouth. You seem to stand no chance against the revitalized dragon. Melanie looks distressed. Vince climbs atop the beast's back. The flapping of the dragon's wings sends forth one wind blast after the next. Stay out of this, Vince commands, then flies off toward the western sea. You worry for Melanie, who has been burnt badly by the dragon's fire. I can't get up, she whispers. Drink this, Bruno instructs, offering her a small bottle. It will help you regain your strength. Bruno claims he drinks it every day. It is a recipe from his father, that of a custom supplement. Make her drink it already, you cry, your panicked expression urging Bruno to give Melanie the supplement. Melanie has a bad feeling about it, but downs it all in a single gulp. And suddenly regains her strength. At ease with her recovery, you descend the tower. The ocean spreads out before you to the west. We return to Shoreland in search of a boat to pursue the dragon. When you return, Oreo approaches. He says a raging wind blew through and destroyed the town. You surmise. You explain that you need a boat to go after the dragon, and Oreo's look turns grim. Sensing there may be a problem, you quickly make your way to the wharf. A violent wind strong enough to send a ship flying. The knight trembles in fear. She laments that she may not have the money to buy more. Despite the damage from the violent winds, he seems hopeful that the fish will return now that the thunderous growls have stopped. Come back later. I'm developing a new supplement, he says, then retreats to the back room. You decide to leave him be. The woman says the violent winds stirred up the sea, causing her precious ship to run aground. But if you can return her vessel to the water, she will gladly give you a ride. Your brows furrow, knowing that there is no way. Beside you, Bruno stretches, warming up his body. After striking a fantastic pose to show off his muscles, no matter how hard he pushes, though, it's pointless, you sigh, turning around when a muscle-bound Melanie stands before you. Now it's working, Bruno exclaims, unsurprised at the sight of Melanie. It appears the custom supplement she drank in the tower bulked her up. Let us combine our power. Her whole body racked with chills. You need Melanie's help to catch the dragon. You call out to her. You turn your earnest eyes to her and say, "Please lend us your strength." But, unable to hold back at the sight of her impressive build, burst into laughter. But in the next instant, you receive a violent punch to the face and are sent
Fucking
flying.
hell.
You hear your bones creak in a way you've never heard before. But afterward, the two muscle-bound forms work together and return the boat to sea. I will never be a beautiful bride like this, Melanie mutters sadly. You're wrong, Bruno exclaims. Those muscles are the most beautiful thing a bride could ever have. At any rate, you leave the port town and follow the dragon.
What the fuck? Oh no.
You will be sailing after the dragon. Make sure you are prepared for the journey. Just as you are about to leave, Oreo comes to see you off. It looks like he has something to say. According to him, the dragon flew to the west, where there is an island called Mount Medica. Rumor has it they are actively researching medicine on this island. He thinks he can use their knowledge in his work. Understanding his father's wishes, Bruno nods. Say no more. Mount Medica. Something stirs deep inside your chest, but you blame your imagination and board the boat without another thought.
Uh-oh.
Wasn't that so much fun? Riddis turns to you and carries on, oblivious. Wasn't that just the greatest? You, however, are a bit worn out, as your mid-voyage teasing of Melanie prompted her to wring you like a rag. Your first order of business should be a road stretches west from the docks, suggesting the presence of a house or settlement at the other end. You have unfinished business. The mainland can wait.
Definitely poison. Oh. Double roll. Oof, okay.
Congrats. You take the lead, taking in a white hot streak of pain shoots through your head, feeling as though your skull will split in two. You grab your head as if holding it together and drop to your knees. The searing pain erases any hope of recalling the memory that felt primed to return to you. Beads of sweat are pouring off you now as you struggle to keep your head in one piece. Drink this, Bruno insists, offering you a bottle of headache curative. You greedily drink it down, desperate for relief. The pain begins to ebb, and you hurriedly resolve to press on. After a time, you happen upon a village. This place, you mutter on. Perhaps he is as anxious as you are about this place. You two okay? Melanie asks. You open your only to notice the ambush a moment too late. Repel the monster attack.
Oh damn, that's a lot of HP. Oh, okay. Well.
Nice work. Excellent. Fortune favors the... Excellent. That was lucky. Oh? Congrats. Let's do this.
God damn it, wrong enemy.
You are accosted by a man the instant you set foot in the village. Medicine, please, he begs. His eyes are glazed over, and his general demeanor unsettling. Should he really have medicine? You give him a glimpse of the medicine. Nothing in this life is free, you sneer. Your callousness is swiftly punished as the medicine slips from the man runs off to who knows where, making noise. You and the party resolve to continue exploring. Something is askew in this village. It would be best to proceed with caution until you can determine what is happening. The man glares at you. He insists that they all belong to him and refuses to share them with anyone. Another villager approaches you. Though his speech is slurred, the demand remains the same. Medicine. This villager is also behaving strangely. Will you acquiesce to his request? Ridis briefly reveals the medicine under her cloak. Nothing in life. Her fun is short-lived, as she too loses her grip on the medicine. You could not help but notice the groans of medicine. Something's not right in this village, Bruno mutters, clearly worried. hear a panicked cry up the road. Stay with me. Focus on me. That can't be good. The old man sighs, not wanting to be the only one left behind. He lifts the bottle in his hand to his lips and gulps it down. You ask the villager about the dragon. The headman can help you if you're in some trouble, she retorts, doubling over to empty the contents of her stomach onto the street. Dozens of empty medicine bottles litter the ground in front of this woman. There isn't a soul about. The house is surely abandoned. Stay if you want to stay, the innkeeper continues, utterly disinterested in even attempting to sell you on a room. You hail the villager, only to receive a blunt, "Go bother the villager." Turns to face the wall once more and smacks his head against it repeatedly. His forehead is soon covered in blood. This cursed island is separated from the rest of the world, she muttered. I heard that outsiders call this place Mount Medica, she remarks, then throws the empty bottle in her hand to the roadside. You arrive on the scene to find a man collapsed in the street, convulsing. Another man kneels over him. The noble man wears impressive white armor befitting a knight. Seeing the knight's devotion makes you feel a bit like a putz for doing nothing. You ask Bruno to provide some of his custom. He furrows his brow and solemnly shakes. The villager is now clawing at his own face with his fingernails, crying out. The convulsions subside. Within moments, the villager lies still. A horrific thought makes itself known. This is the first time you have witnessed the death of a fellow man. Even in a world where medicines and elixirs can cure most any ailment, and as well you know, that which is dead can never return. Your mind goes blank. You drop to your knees in shock. Melanie clamps her hand to her mouth, stifling a scream. Riddis shakes uncontrollably. The knight hangs his head. Bruno nervously asks, "What are you doing here?" The knight's name is Sherwin. He identifies himself as a member of the Ivory Order. His travels brought him to this village, where he has been caring for the ailing residents. His face contorts in disgust. If not for these foul drugs, they would be healed. He spits and takes his leave. Bruno gazes upon the villager's corpse with a look of apparent realization.
Damn. Yeah, let's get my main G's out first. That'll be main dude. Melanie.
A man approaches you he sets about convincing you that your kindness will be returned tenfold. You reach for a bottle of medicine, completely taken in by his pitch. Bruno stills your hand. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I really shouldn't. You yelp over your shoulder, already walking away at a brisk pace. You continue wandering the village streets, only to be accosted by the man once more. It seems he will follow you to the ends of the earth. Why do you want it so badly, you ask? He first came in contact with it as a child.
His parents made him no man.
And never since forgot its wonderful taste. You are fully invested in this story, and desperate to give the man some small comfort in this cruel, cruel world. I've heard better sob stories, Melanie says dryly. Bruno thinks you'd better not, but you're not so sure. You heed Bruno's warning and return the medicine to you. The man's shoulders droop. He appears to have dropped something peculiar in his haste.
Did we miss number 7? I don't think we got number 7, did we? Yeah, god damn it.
You had best get out of here. If you stay here, then you too will, she begins, then suddenly starts cackling. You knock lightly on the door. An elderly man opens it, beaming at you. He announces himself as Selfor and beckons you inside. Might he be the headman you've heard so much about? Ask me anything you like, he offers. Selfor receives your party, for whatever reason, rather graciously. He could well be a font of knowledge. What will you ask him? You make mention of the village's eccentricities. Selfor informs you that the island... He apologizes for the villagers' incivility. Consider it the price to pay for making the world a better place, he adds, nonsensically. You ask if he has seen the dragon. Why, yes, he says. He returned to this island just the other day. Oh, but don't worry, he continues. He hasn't caused us too much trouble. Needless to say, this does not comport with your understanding of the dragon. You notice Melanie lift an eyebrow at his use of the word returned. At any rate, the dragon's presence on the island is confirmed. You quietly celebrate the first credible lead you've yet received. You ask if he is the one in charge of the village. It's true that the villagers call him their headman, but I feel compelled to correct the record and state that my official title is overseer. Your question's satisfactorily answered. You thank Selfor and turn to leave. He asks you to stop. We have yet to discuss the terms of your living here, he declares. You explain that you are only here to pursue the dragon and have no intention to stay. Selfor begs your forgiveness for thinking you were newcomers. It's perfectly understandable, though, what with the non-match among you, he says with it. What does he mean by that? Melanie asks you, unable to grasp the old man. For reasons unknown, you feel the blood drain from your face. Your breathing grows ragged and you break out in a sweat. We're done here, you say defiantly, as Mar runs after you, chirping frantically. Melanie and the others give chase, but you and Mar are well out of sight by the time they make it outside. The two can't have gone far, though. It may be best to first search the village.
What's my controller not working?
Sherwin is still tending to the villagers' needs. They ran down the road leading west, Sherwin says calmly. Melanie and company find you standing, and she can't quite make it out, but it sounds as though you're saying to Mar, "This place is..." Melanie calls out to you, prompting you to blurt out, sorry, just had a bad stomach ache back there," in your characteristically glib manner. She surveys you both and sees two haggard travelers, unwilling to admit they're in need. "Are you sure you're all right?" she asks, concerned. "Fine, absolutely fine," you tell her, perhaps too eagerly. "So you were worried about me," you shoot back. "No, I wasn't," she replies, her face reddening. You spot a familiar-looking mage on the village streets. Winifred takes no notice of you. "So, the Ivory Order buys their medicine just like everybody else," you muse to yourself. Winifred and the apothecary speak in hushed tones. You'd guess it's an order for special medicine, but you can't make it. Alas, she's just buying the usual stuff. Nothing remotely interesting, though her presence suggests that other members of the Order might also be in town. With no desire to run into them, you make yourself scarce before she catches sight of you. You spy the very people you were hoping to avoid, gathered near the village gate. "The last thing we need is a confrontation," you mutter, spying them from the shadows. "Why are we always hiding?" Melanie hisses under her breath. Two members of the Order are speaking with Sherwin. Given how deferential they appear to be acting toward him, you hazard a guess that he's their superior. "Have you determined the dragon's location?" Sherwin asks. Hedwin launches into his report. "The dragon appears to be occupying the volcano. I suggest we move to capture him immediately," he counsels. Now who should appear but Winifred, fresh from her shopping excursion. "Preparations for our journey into the volcano are complete," she reports, handing Sherwin a bottle of something. "Splendid." Sherwin walks off and out of sight, the other three following close behind. Lucky for you, your hastily improvised hiding spot, yet their conversation raised as many questions as it answered. The medicine bottle Sherwin received is probably related to their journey into the volcano somehow. Bruno recalls seeing a bottle much like it once before. He says it contains flash freeze, which can chill most anything. Maybe that's what Winifred bought at the apothecary, Bruno continues. You know that the dragon is lurking in the volcano, but you haven't a clue how to get from here to there. Isn't it that mountain with all the smoke pouring out of it? Ritus asks, pointing westward. Why, yes, that sure does look. There was talk of capturing the dragon. Melanie picked up on the incongruity as well. The queen ordered the dragon killed, she reminds you. You narrow your eyes. You three have no right being this helpful, you think? Mar pinches your cheeks without warning. You yelp in pain, which at the very least crosses dreaming off the list of explanations. Returning to the matter at hand, it's clear what must be done. You'll have to get your hands on some flash freeze if you hope to enter the volcano. The woman stares blankly into the distance. At her feet lie dozens of empty. Happen to have any flash freeze? She flashes a wry smile. How do you steady the roiling magma's flow? She asks cryptically. The meaning behind the question is utterly lost on you. The answer, then, would be the password. So, how do you steady the roiling magma's flow? Ah, yes, you think so. She pulls out her wares, but what you need is not among them. Your password merely granted you entry to the apothecary. The old woman rolls her eyes, suddenly looking defeated. How did you know the answer? Did someone tell you? She mutters bitterly. You've managed to crack the code, and a bottle of flash freeze is yours. At last, you've got a long road ahead of you. You board a boat and chart a course back to the mainland. In exchange for returning, her gaze settles on Melanie. You, my lady, are no ordinary woman, she remarks in awe. but she grumbles that the sea breeze has made her hair gunky and considers hearing that the roaring. Then he sighs, lamenting that he hasn't caught any because of a hole. You chased away the dragon. I knew you could do it, he exclaims, staring at Bruno with sparkling eyes. The indiscriminately wary woman narrows her eyes at your group and says the man looks sad, saying he cannot believe no one realized he was eating children. Having no interest in children's picture books, you continue on. The girl sighs. You're dirty again, she says, wiping Mr. Flobby's cousin, Mr. Globby. Lappy, we'll be back to play with you before you know it, says Melanie, patting. The little orc pouts, wondering where the headman went in such a hurry. Don't hold back. That was lucky. Let's do this. Nice work. Nice work.